Well, thank you and good afternoon. We have a wonderful program ahead of us this afternoon, but I have the distinct honor of awarding two prestigious awards to two people who have served the IBSC wonderfully, in one case over the years and in another case recently this past year. We all heard the, first of all, I have an announcement to make. I'd like to acknowledge the fact that joining us for the presentation and the program this afternoon are the student forum students from all over the world and the mentors that are with them. If I could ask them to stand up and be acknowledged. And we will look forward to hearing their reports tomorrow on all the wonderful activities they've had and the good dialogue and conversations they've had and what they plan to share with their various communities on their return back to school. First, I'd like to acknowledge the winner of this year's winner of the Hawley Jarvis Award. As you heard yesterday, in the scintillating start of the panel with Rick Hawley and Tony Jarvis being two of the three panelists. They were responsible for the conception and development and initial management and leadership of the International Boys School Coalition. In 2015, the board decided to recognize the great work of Richard and Tony by naming it the Richard Hawley Jarvis Award. The criterion was a pretty simple one for selection, and that was the award was to be given to a member of the IBSC community who is faithful and has offered transformational services to the IBSC for a period of not less than 2 years. In 2014, the initial winner was Di Laycock. Yay! All right. Who was the creator and director of the Action Research Program that we've all grown to love so much. The second year, and last year in Vancouver, Brad Adams, longtime executive director and contributor to the IBSC, was the second recipient. This year, it is my distinct pleasure to announce this year's winner as David Anderson from Sydney and the Shore School. And I'd ask him to please come forward and receive your acknowledgement. First, I should point out that I can't tell you, David, how many times I was called David Anderson in your absence, mistaken as a new rookie on the IBSC board, and I took that as quite a compliment until I got to know you a little better. David has served the IBSC in an unparalleled capacity. Over the years, David has served on the Board of Trustees for more than a decade. He has organized and managed the IBSC annual conference back in 2003 at the Shore School in Sydney, Australia. Over the years, he's conducted numerous regional conferences, presented many workshops at the annual conference, and has organized any number of speaking tours around Australia for speakers that had spoken at the IBSC annual conference. But I guess I'd like to quote Rod Morrison, the deputy headmaster at Shore, who nominated David. And he said, and I quote, "In summary, David is well known to the IBSC community and has been an outstanding promoter and organizer of the IBSC, both nationally, here in Australia, and internationally. Through his contacts, he has been responsible for many schools joining the IBSC and for many schools sending so many delegates to both regional and international conferences. David has been particularly responsible for the promotion of school membership in Australia. In many respects, the strength of the Australian school membership of the IBSC is due to David's hard work. As a friend and an admirer, I would like to echo that and now formally introduce and thank David Anderson.
Ladies and gentlemen, rarely does someone receive an award for many years of international travel and establishing wonderfully close professional and personal friendships from colleagues around the world. The experience has come courtesy of the IBSC, generating long learning from dedicated teachers of boys. I should be presenting the IBSC with a prize myself. It is a great honour for me and for Shaw School to accept the Hawley Jarvis Award 2017. I accept this award fully mindful of the multitude of spirited individuals who have contributed to the creation and the expansion of the IBSC. It also gives me great pleasure to receive this award in the presence of Richard Hawley and Tony Jarvis, acknowledged as the founders of the Coalition. I'm also grateful to the members of the Board of Trustees for this honour. It is significant for me to receive an award arising from an organisation advocating the education of boys, the focus of my entire teaching career. I've also had the pleasure to be a member of the Coalition since its first steps to promote the education of boys in a single-sex environment and carry out some crucial research. Throughout this period, I've continually admired the members of the IBSC for their dedication to this cause, in addition to the day-to-day responsibilities in their own schools. The past 2 decades have presented special challenges for educators who teach and support boys, preparing them to join a rapidly changing society, and the Coalition has been alongside these challenges. In accepting this award, I've greatly appreciated the generosity of Shaw School, who in the early days of the Coalition had the confidence to support my participation in the organisation of the Sydney Conference and my attendance at many IBSC events throughout the world. In addition, the school has provided opportunities for many other staff members from the school to be involved in the Coalition. I have continually noticed at annual conference, when delegates share their stories, it is not the professional differences that are exposed, but the similarities in our programs to provide the boys in our care an educational experience of the highest type. As a young teacher 40 years ago, it was unimaginable that I would be blessed to participate in gatherings such as these across the world. I hope that you actively upkeep the Charter of the IBSC and pass on the message which is dedicated to enhancing the education, the well-being and the development of boys worldwide. Thank you again, and best wishes to you all.
Thank you, David. Wonderful man and a great asset for educating the champion of boys that we're all committed to. I would now like to shift gears and move on to the award of the top action research project for this year. Before I do, I'd like to acknowledge a few a few folks. First of all, if all those folks here and the action researchers here, would you all please stand and get our acknowledgement? Thank you all. I'd also like to thank Margot Long as the director of the Action Research, and would ask her to stand and receive our applause. I would also like to acknowledge the team advisors. So with Trish Seslick from Crescent School, Bruce Collins from St. Albans, Janet Ling from Browning School, and Laura Sable from St. Christopher's. Please stand and receive our applause. You'll be hearing a lot more from them later. It is now my great honor to award, and I'd like to ask first Anita Trolese to come up, please. Join me on stage. Is she here? There she is. All right. Just a little background on the award. This is the second year that we've given this award. And so to Anita, let me read this to you, the acknowledgement from the board that have so selected you. It is great pleasure that we have selected you as the winner of the IBSC Research Award for 2017. Your project is innovative, incorporating a relevant and interesting examination of the relevance of Shakespeare in the 21st century, whilst rigorously researching the research topic, collaboration, and the power of group learning. There are three main criteria for this award. First, the quality of the project. Second, the quality of the final report. And third, participation in the program. The selection committee found that your research rationale and the process you followed is clearly articulated in an extremely well-written, logical report. Excellent use has been made of the current literature to provide a context of your study and references to the literature and are well integrated to address the research question. Your data analysis was sound, and there's been an accurate and effective synthesis of results and thoughtful reflection in addressing your research findings. Overall, your project is outstanding and a rigorous piece of teacher research. Both you and your mentor team have been very enthusiastic with the involvement and the announcement. And so with no further ado, I would like you to come forward and address the audience.
Good afternoon. I'm honored and exceptionally humbled to be this year's recipient of the Action Research Award. An undertaking such as this would be next to impossible without the support of key people who embody the spirit of professional collaboration. I'm going to add my thanks to all the people from the IBSC that are involved with the Action Research Program: David, Amy Earhart, Guy Laycock, our editor, Margot Long, and all the fantastic team advisors. I must make special mention of my team advisor, Bruce Collins, who was an encouraging and insightful guide on this journey, and I must also add, exceptionally patient. I definitely have to mention my team, Team Bruce. What a fantastic bunch of human beings you are, and I'm so privileged to have gotten to know you over this last year. I'm exceptionally grateful to my school, St. John's College, our headmaster, Mr. Paul Eady, and our preparatory school headmaster, Mr. Patrick Lees, for supporting my participation in the program. Margot Long, in her capacity both as our school's second mistress of academics and the Action Research Coordinator, has been truly inspirational. Thank you, Margot. So thank you goes to each one of you for all you do for boys' education. Through this program, you've ensured that someone like me, just a teacher from Southern Africa, can meet phenomenal educators from across the globe and make a positive impact on the lives of the boys in our school. The Action Research Program has offered me the most wonderful opportunity to grow as an educator, and I've been challenged and inspired every single step of the way. I strongly encourage anyone who's considering joining the next cycle to do so. You will not regret the decision. I would also like to wish this year's researchers everything of the best. On that note, please will you join my fellow Action researchers and I later on this afternoon in workshop block 4, where I guarantee you'll be motivated and enthused by our projects. A speech from a South African, however short, would not be complete without a reference to our beloved Nelson Mandela. Madiba famously said, "Education is the most powerful weapon with which you can change the world." Thank you for allowing me through this opportunity to better empower the boys that I teach. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're a little embarrassed standing up here?
I'm such an embarrassment.
On behalf of the IBSC and the Board of Trustees, we'd like to give you this little token of our acknowledgement of the great work you've done on our behalf. And so ends the honors.